Oh hey guys, how are you doing? So today we're going to briefly look at dungeon mining. Just before we begin, obviously if you're going to do dungeon mining at max level, there might be better ways of making money and buying the ores that you need, but at the moment a lot of ores are very expensive, so I quite enjoy dungeon mining, to be fair, and it's something that you can do quite easily in TBC at maximum level 80 at the moment. So if you are going to go to slave pens, for example, or Underbog, Sethic Halls, Manitombs, and Arathi Crypts, then you can quite often get a lot of mining nodes just basically running through the instance and collecting the mining nodes and killing enemies when you want to or when you need to. Actually, a lot of the mobs give pretty good loot. So as you can see, this is basically a fresh instance here. And often there's a mining node in just for beginning. So I'm doing Sethic Halls, and the reason why I like this place is because there's quite a few mining nodes, it's not very big, and it's also a circle. The other good thing about this place is there are also vendors outside who can repair your armor and who you can sell stuff to, so that's pretty cool. Is this the best way of mining? To be honest, I'm not really sure. I haven't done the math on it, but if you're looking for like high-end TBC mines, then this place is pretty good. Although I, again, don't know. It's probably more effective just to get to maximum level and just to do quests and stuff and then to spend the money on mining materials. But I like this anyway. I thought I would take you through one loop of it, guys, just so you can see. Now, I can mine outside, but to be honest, the number of nodes is actually quite small, and I'm trying to level engineering on an alt of mine. Now, I haven't actually tried killing this boss. It might be interesting to see if we can. Let me just pause. So, paladins have a bit of a speed boost. Some other characters are like Death Knights do as well. So this makes it a bit more profitable to actually sort of do mining in dungeons, because obviously some other characters are a bit slower. Bosses don't seem too hard in here. Then again, maybe I'm speaking too quickly, I'm not sure. Yeah, so my character is really underpowered at the moment. I haven't really spent any time getting better equipment or anything like that. So yeah, the loot isn't amazing or anything. Still, this boss is entirely optional. You can just run around the outside if you want to. Again, most of the mobs in here can be skipped. There are a few that can't be skipped, for example. Some of the birds, for example, but they drop pretty good loot. Like, I mean, that thing's worth 3 gold or 32 gold on the auction house, maybe. Not too bad. And again, if you want to dodge most mobs, you can. Actually, killing a whole bunch of mobs, especially if you've got good AoE, is also an option for increasing the amount of gold and stuff you get. Probably skip these ones. I want. Oh, maybe not. I see a mining node on my minimap. You know, it's actually quite good just to fly around the world and to do mining, but the thing is, I kind of like that you're virtually guaranteed to get a few nodes in these dungeons, you know? It's just kind of like a bird in hand is worth two in the tree kind of thing, you know? Use a bird metaphor. Yeah, so we drop a load of junk, I guess. Like I say, even with the fact that you're selling stuff, you might still need to throw some junk out as you accumulate it. If you can disenchant, then, you know, this is actually pretty good, I guess, as well. Some of the old materials still go for alright money. So yeah, we've had 2 mining nodes so far this run. Both have been a little bit disappointing. To be fair, I actually want to try doing Underbog and basically seeing what we get, because I still need some of the green ores. I should probably mention, I think you can only reset an instance 5 times an hour. Which is kind of a good thing and a bad thing. So these girls here are slightly tricky. Me anything too bad though. They do have a fear, so what I would recommend is if you have, if you're a paladin, for example, and you've got a divine shield, then you might want to keep that free, just so you don't end up running and pulling more mobs. I haven't actually died in any of these so far, but you never know. Like I say, my character is very underpowered. Again, not sure what this guy's loot table is, but he does drop a pretty nice weapon, which sells for about 12 gold. It's worth it. So, unfortunately, the door's shut. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought I pulled him. So this guy isn't too hard. He doesn't hit that hard. I actually switched to Seal of Corruption just so he gets the AoE damage over time.
Find shelter.
Nice easy fight. You could obviously heal up if you had to there.
Find shelter.
And yeah, by the way, if you think I'm playing my paladin really badly, I am.
Find shelter.
I haven't really played it much since I got to max level. So yeah, I'm pretty low on mana. I don't know if I've got any. Ooh, dropping a bunch of nice loot and stuff. I'm getting rid of the feathers and stuff. Let's see what you got. Reasonable stuff. Again, my inventory is just absolutely chock-a-block, mostly with junk. But yeah, I've been mining in whatever, so I don't actually think I need these spirit shards. Well, you can give you some nice potions and some lower level items. Obviously, guys, if you need the key, then the key is here. Personally, I don't need it. But yeah, that last boss is very easy. Just obviously dodges Arcana Blast. And yeah, the mining was pretty lousy too that time, but a few times you get very nice nodes. So it always kind of a bit orangey. Like I say, it's dungeon you can just walk out of. Oh, let me think. What's the other dungeon that's really good? So, apart from dungeon mining, there's also quite a few other cool places where you can mine. At the moment, I am in the, well, I'm in the Grand. And there's quite a few caves around here, actually, which makes it quite a good place to mine some cool stuff. The big ogres and whatnot drop war beads, which again can be turned in for reputation and stuff. So I don't know if anybody really cares about reputation in TBC, only if you're like a completionist these days. Again, I have to ask the question, why don't I simply just play like the latest content, get money, and then buy the materials I need? Yeah, I probably should, to be fair. But I quite like running this old content, to be fair. And I am very fair, of course. So yeah, you've got 2 mines here on the map, and obviously there's quite a lot of mines around this area anyway. It's also a very nice place just to fly. You've also got the option of looking out for a lot of different gas nodes, which you can use your moat extractor on. There's quite a few here. Not that they're worth that much nowadays, but if you're leveling professions, they do come in handy still. Again, I'm not entirely sure why. On my Death Knight, I kind of thought, I'll get all the professions up. I kind of figured what I'd do is I'd get all the professions up to Wrath of the Lich King level. And if you're wondering, yes, I'm engineering and I'm dual crafting. So a lot of the mining nodes will actually give me other cool stuff as well, because I can, I forget what the term is, but prospect them on my alt. But of course, being engineering and dual crafting, it takes quite a lot of work to get them leveled up. Again, I wonder if I've got any mines in here. Oh, there's a mine at the end. A lot of the cloth also sells for a bit of money, sometimes depending on what the cloth actually is, but a lot of people still using stuff like that. Again, most of us are kind of funny, because the price can vary quite a bit. Oh, well, it was slightly disappointing, only 1 mine in here, but maybe I'll see another one on the way out, I'm not sure. Oh, also, if you're wondering how I see all the nodes on the map, there's an add-on called Gathermate 2, and you can also get Gathermate 2 data. And basically, with the data you import, you get to see where all the mines are on the map, which is very, very nice. You can also set it to scan for other things, such as herbs and whatnot. I basically use it just for mining. But it kind of tells you where you should be running or flying, and where the best nodes are. So, for example, on this map, a lot of good nodes are around the mines. I'm heading to another area now, which has some pretty good mines on it. Bear in mind, the data's not 100% complete, so you may still find the occasional mine. But yeah, it is pretty good at this point. Okay, another thing I'd highly recommend, guys, is if you have an alt who is positioned in one of the cities, then instead of going to the city yourself, it is a lot more efficient to send the materials over to the alt. This way you can very quickly unload your inventory. Obviously, on this character I'm a miner. So just before I send over some of the ores, I'm going to sort of turn them into bars. But, yeah. It's actually pretty efficient, as far as I'm concerned, just to process everything and sell everything on an alt. So yeah, I hope my Death Knight's going to be really good when it gets to max level. I'm not really rushing to level it at the moment because as far as I'm concerned, I'm still kind of playing my main character, my warrior, in my guild for the foreseeable future. So maybe next content patch I might switch over, possibly. That's if the guild's still going. It's been a bit... Well, I don't want to say like anything too disparaging, but yeah, recently we haven't been able to do full guild runs, so I don't know really what's happening. I think a few people left, and we're kind of struggling a little bit at the moment. Oh, another cool thing I would recommend is if you have two screens, for example, mining can be slightly boring. So what you can do, you can put a TV show on one of the screens, for example. Or, I use a program called Always on Top. Let me just show you my screen, guys. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, guys, but I'm currently watching Beastars whilst I'm flying around the place. So, yeah, whatever you really want to watch, you can kind of do that at the same time you're, you know, mining or collecting ores. To be honest, I think I'm almost done with collecting ores. I mean, okay, look, there's two rich adamantite deposits and stuff in the cave here. I can see on the minimap, so I'll go into this cave and we'll see if we can recover them. Oh, that's very nice. Oops. Now go away, you big ogre things. Very nice. I can't see any more in the cave on my minimap, so I'm going to move on. Cool. Okay, so I am in the Underbog. I've kind of flown here and picked up mining nodes on the way after sending all the other mining nodes off. Again, I always thought like this would be a really good place for mining, but I've never actually tried it before, so this is new for me. I'm not really buffed up at the moment, so I should probably do some of that. Good place for herbalism as well, I should imagine. Again, I think this is this place is another loop. Ah. Yeah, we got quite a lot of company. Ah, quite a few modes of life. Living essence. Still might be worth something. And we have the first mining node, which is an adamantite node. Dodge this guy. Obviously, the nodes each time are sort of randomly placed. Ancient lichen on the floor there too. You know, some of these places probably synergize quite well. So you could probably go for mining and herbalism, for example. I mean, if you wanted to. In fact, what I would recommend you do is on your main DPS characters, go for probably engineering. Engineering is the best profession at the moment. Now, in theory, I should be able to kill the big guy. I'm also going to switch to Blessing of Wisdom, I think. Again, can I just avoid the big guy? I bet I probably can. Yeah, you can avoid nearly all the bosses if you do. Now, in theory, I should be able to kill the boss fairly easily, seeing as how I kill the ones in Sefik Hall. I'm gonna skip ahead, see if I get any more nodes. Interesting, you can just run straight between the two of these guys and they don't even care. It's amazing, the pull range in this place is actually really small. Same for most of the TBC dungeons at the moment. The aggro range... Oh, there's another mining node over there. Not quite sure how we get to it, though. Huh. I think I have to go around the outside. So yeah, it might be worth killing these guys if you want to, but it's entirely optional. Again, I don't know how optional this boss is, or whatever. He again dropped some pretty good weapons which sell for about 10 gold. You come to think of it, where is the boss even? Huh. Wait, is that a door? Why am I lost? I've done this place hundreds of times. Oh, that's not a door. That's a door. This place is a bit of a disappointment. One mine so far. To be honest, I don't know for sure, but with this particular place and some of the other instances, it might be just worth going into the entranceway, having a look around, seeing if any nodes, and if not, just kind of moving on. Ooh. Go away, bear. I don't like you. Go on, shoo. Big old druid after me. Oh, why did I pull him? Okay, the bear ran away. On that particular fight, you don't actually have to kill the bear if you don't want to. And I don't, because druids are cool. Also, I want a pet druid. Be amazing. Transforming into all kinds of things. Yeah, nice. You're a herbalist. That boss I'm not even going to bother with. I could do if I wanted to, but... Oh, that was a disappointment. Well, okay guys, I thought I'd end the video just with slave pens. So, I actually learned some interesting stuff during this whole ordeal. Mostly, I think it's semi-worth doing some of the mining in some of the smaller dungeons. Like Sefik Halls, for example, with the birds. And, you know, some of the dungeons around that area are actually not too bad. But the bigger dungeons are not really so good. This one is meant to be actually alright. It still might be faster mining in the world, actually, especially if you've got flying. Of course, one of the main reasons you might want to come in here to mine is if a lot of the mines in the world are occupied by people sort of mining, but to be fair, at this stage in the game, I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue, so yeah. Dungeon mining, kind of fun, kind of a little bit of a challenge, I guess, but yeah, not really that necessary, I guess. So after this, I'm going to half out. There's also big advantages if the dungeon, like in Sefik Halls, goes in a big circle. Not quite sure how I'm going to get rid of this boss. I'm going to have to just get him. Probably just skip, I suppose. Just gonna take time. And yeah, they drop loot that's worth like 10 gold or something. Or 20 gold. Actually, how... Well, you know, when I started mining, when I started the video, I had about 125 gold, so up to 177 for doing not very much. So that's not great, to be honest. I mean, you get about 20 gold just doing dailies, and you can, again, synergize a lot of that, so you can do 2 or 3 at the same time sometimes, and get some good money that way. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I will do this again. I just, to be honest, look at the auction house, and, you know, if they're paying like 8 gold per bar, I just kind of feel a little bit resentful having to pay 8 gold just to get a single bar when I can just go mine it somewhere. Another interesting thing about the mines is they tend to be of the superior quality. Not very many of the green mines, they tend to be more different kinds of mines. I don't know. I'm not going to bother with that boss. I don't even know if I can beat him. He's a bit difficult. But I probably can. Oh, I should probably say, when you mine, you are also pretty likely to cause a bit of aggro. So, for example, I bet I'm going to pull these guys. Yeah. Again, isn't really an issue for me, but something to bear in mind. So yeah, each mob drops around about 40 silver each. I'm just going to run to the end. I think I've used all the mines at the moment. I don't think I can kill the final boss, but, you know, it'd be good to end the video off with, so I suppose we can just kill the final boss and just see what happens. Again, I'm not really going to bother with any of that stuff over there. Yeah, he's in that cage, and he'll be in that cage forever. Even if I free him from a cage, he'll still be in a cage, because our mines are in cages, man. So this guy's alright. He does a bit of poison damage, but I shouldn't imagine he's anything too bad. I have to swim down and get him because he's not going to come to me, because This guy actually drops quite a nice trinket for casters, but you see it's massively out of date now. But with level cap being 80. It's so weird when you're fighting underwater. Oh really? Spanky gloves. Ugh. 40 silver. Well, that was disappointing. Anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. I did. I thought it was fun. So what I'm going to do at the moment is I'm going to log off for a while, maybe do some cleaning and chill out for a bit. Obviously going to send the materials over to my alt, do a bit of prospecting. Also going to level up my engineering, and I've got to get about 70 or 80 levels until I'm all caught up with my professions. Yeah, I always set my hearthstone in here just because it's kind of traditional. I know there's other places you can set it, but so I need some materials to make alt. Anything I don't use I can sell. Actually, I'm gonna... Oh. I'm gonna do a bit of mining and convert some of that stuff into bars. The moral of the story is dungeon farming. Not such a great idea. Alright, see you guys later. Bye!